Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, Hump Day, May 6, 2020, and welcome to all of you. I hope that your Wednesday is going as well as it can in these times of pandemic. An interesting topic today I want to tackle, and that is the comeback of Las Vegas. And I want to kind of attack this from several different angles because, as many of you know, Las Vegas, I kind of consider my home away from home. I've spent so much time down there. I've done so many live streams. I want to do a lot more recorded video, but I consider it a very fun town to be in. And I hope one day maybe I'll have a place down there. Who knows? Maybe I'll win the lottery too. Anyway, the comeback of Las Vegas is the topic for today, and I think there's a lot to be looked into here. There's the aspect of the fact that Las Vegas is a one-horse town. It's really built on gambling and entertainment. People coming to Las Vegas for travel, entertainment, and gambling. Also conventions too, but it's a go-to site for people to come to. It's a city that attracts people from around the world. And therein lies the problem. Problem number one for the future is, although we may wish to talk down the idea of pandemic, the reality is just because we say, well, we're tired of being locked down and tired of being at home for a month or so, does not mean that the virus cooperates and says, hey, okay, I'll leave town now. Y'all want to come back to Vegas? I will do my disappearing act. It doesn't work that way. As we relieve ourselves of home confinement, which is basically what we're doing in this country right now, we're taking ourselves off of self-quarantine in rising numbers. Certainly the cell phone statistics of people being mobile with their phones are proving that people are more willing to take a chance now. But when it comes to Las Vegas, the first point I want to make perfectly clear is no one, in my opinion, is going to rush back to Vegas because they'll want to see what it is going to be like. What is the experience like? And here's the big risk for Las Vegas. If people come, they have an idea in their mind exactly what the Las Vegas experience was before the pandemic hit. And they're going to be forever comparing the new experience to that. Oh, I could not use the pool. Oh, it was a pain. I had to gamble with a mask on. I couldn't sit with other people, and I didn't have the dinner. Dinner was just weird with waiters with masks on. It just didn't feel the same. I couldn't go to the shows. The pool was on very limited hours. It was all sanitation, sanitizers. It just didn't feel the same to me. It felt like a very awkward, I guess would be the best word. So there's risk number one. It's an awkward experience, and it may pale to many people to the prior experiences they had, to the point that they might decide, hey, if this is the future of Las Vegas, then no thanks, but no thanks. I'll go somewhere else where I maybe have tropical breezes or something like that. So number one is the risk that people want to see how the experience relates to the old experience, and for a while it's not going to stack up well. Number two, the whole idea of gambling, and a lot of people enjoy gambling in Las Vegas. But now when you think about the everything from handling chips to handling cards to pushing buttons on the slot machine, the whole prospect is going to change of how you engage gambling. I don't know. You deal out cards for 21. People play blackjack. You get the cards back in. I don't know if they're shuffled through a sanitation device. What about chips at a craps table? How many people are you going to have at a craps table? All the people handling chips and all the deal. You can imagine the logistical nightmare of that. Every time somebody sits to use a slot machine, well, they'll say, well, you can request to have the machine cleaned, and plenty of people do, but you'll have spacing issues. You just can't even imagine until they get to the point where they have mathematical randomizers for blackjack that people agree with. Yeah, the cards are gone, but we have a machine that's certified by the Nevada Gaming Commission. Okay, it's good. It doesn't cheat. Yeah. People like to have those cards in their hand. Or, oh, you can't handle chips anymore. We have virtual chips, and it's a whole new a whole new experience in selling people on the new realities of operating behind plexiglass and not being able to rub elbows with the hoity-toity and the fun of nuzzling into a craps table when somebody's on a hot roll. It's just a strange experience. The third thing, of course, is the dining and entertainment aspect of it. Buffets they've tried to minimize over the years by taking buffets to such a level that they're super expensive and become exclusive, or they get people more into the low-end buffet experience, think Circus and places like that, but still aren't cheap. But now you have people line up in lines, and it's going to be a no-go because remember, we've not defeated this virus yet, and we're at big risk, of course, when we do reopen all around the country that we have a resurgence or a mutation of the virus. Oy vey, the problems are just legendary on there. So entertainment, not being able to go to shows, not being able to sit in theaters, not to be able to congregate at venues like down on Fremont Street where you have 1, 2, 3 different band stands there, where stages where bands and DJs perform. It's just not the same. It's a whole new experience of how you figured it out. So it's going to be very rough in the beginning to get that done. And I don't think the demand, the real bugaboo, the real risk will be, of course, the virus, even with heat, is not quite. You'll hear sporadic reports, despite the fact that, of course, the Las Vegas Review-Journal, being the local newspaper rag there, will bury news just like they bury news of people that die of murder at hotels or people that commit suicide in hotels. Of course, they'll bury that news too, but people will know, the news will get out, and it's going to be a very challenging time. A lot of things are going to be closed down. People are going to walk down the street, well, that hotel is still closed. It's going to be almost a surreal post-apocalyptic feel to things. So, well, to most people, that's not going to make it a great experience, I think. But for somebody like me that loves to cover that type of thing and loves to be in the thick of things to see the reality, well, it's going to be high times for me to capture the new experience in Las Vegas. Yes, the challenges in Vegas will be legendary. And there's a lot riding on it, on this huge city that built itself on gambling and entertainment and that discretionary dollar. Heck, I haven't even talked about the challenges of re-employing people and the challenges of a diminished future economically. Don't even go down that road for that. And the fact that fewer people are going to be willing to get into airplanes and travel with masks on. I mean, I could go down so many different roads. But all of them point to one fact at the end of the day, that Las Vegas will be the most challenged city in America to stage a comeback. Hey, it's done it before, but the challenges here are legendary. I think there's going to be plenty of bankruptcies, plenty of closures, but there'll be plenty of great content that I hope to bring you guys in the months and years ahead as we re-explore America in the future in this new pandemic environment. It should be interesting, to say the least, and once again, it's probably not something that's going to be measured in terms of months, but possibly a year or 2 or 3. We can't just wish it away, unfortunately. This isn't a Disney movie that we're living through. This is real life. Well, I hope you will subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please hit the bell for all notifications. Subscribe to the channel. And as always, please share this on social media. Finally, these are my opinions here and my opinions only. Have I been wrong before? Oh, yes, I have been. But I think I have my ducks in a row this time. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Let's see what you think the biggest challenge. Put it down in the description box down below. What do you think the #1 challenge will be in getting people to return to Las Vegas? If you think it'll be safety, put it down. If you think it'll be value, put it down. If you think the entertainment eating experience will be challenging, put it down there. I look forward to your comments down in the description box. Thanks, everybody.